Jesus Christ. Let's see what's up. What's going on, everybody?
That's a long one.
This is a Functional Gentleman. We're your hosts. What's going on? Roy Gravis, Bucky Pender. We have sound. We are good. We are live.
Oh, my Lanta.
After many, many cuss words and God knows what else. I would ask how your week was, but I just saw it in the last literally 20 minutes.
Do what? I'm sorry.
I said I would ask how your week was, but I literally just saw it in the last 20 minutes.
This is how my week has been.
Controlled chaos at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't even know.
Like
bro.
I said, we are your hosts, Roy Gravis, Bucky Pender. John's off on assignment somewhere, so it's fine. It's no big deal. My week has been hectic. I walked in the door at 6 o'clock. I had city council business while we were trying to set up, which is never a good thing.
No.
I know. Oh, yeah, come on, va. Exactly. Yeah, we're Santana ended up in here tonight.
I guess so.
But other than that, I think your week's been somewhat, it's just been crazy. But
Yes,
it's been okay.
It's been hectic. It's been nuts. It's spring.
It's boat season,
It's
baby.
boat season. It's boat show season. It's spring. Everybody wants a boat. Everybody has their boat.
Yes.
It is boats.
Yes.
Boats.
Boats and hoes.
Yeah.
Boats and hoes. Yes, we can say that.
For sure.
We
For
just
sure.
did.
Did we?
Yeah, we
You
just
did.
I did. I don't care.
Not this.
So, to let everybody know in at home, tonight's Smoke of the Week, I just opened it. The Intemperance cigar, which is a Roma craft out of Austin, Texas. Shout out to Skip and the boys out there for sending me this. Well, actually, Mike from Cigar Hustler sent me this one. But I got Mike's contact information through Skip with Roma
So
craft.
we're literally doing all things Texas.
Yes. Yes,
Happy
we are.
Texas Independence Day.
Yes.
That was yesterday.
Yes, it was, but we're going to celebrate today.
We are
do
celebrating
that.
today.
My last call is actually Texas related. You'll love it.
Hell yeah!
I've already got it figured out in my head. Back to what I was saying. The Roma Craft Whiskey Intemperance Whiskey Rebellion 1794. That's a mouthful for a name of a cigar, I know. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, and Skip as well at Roma Craft if you get finished with that one. Because, like I said, if it wasn't for Skip, I wouldn't have had Mike's contact information. So, good job to those guys. So, I'm going to go ahead and dive right into my part. This is a Robusto on ours. It is a level 5, which is a full-bodied, like myself, big full-bodied and sexy. Or sexy, not 60.
J.C. Newman?
No, Roma Craft.
Roma Craft. Sorry.
Yes. No, J.C. Newman was last week.
Roma
No, keep going.
Craft?
Yeah, Roma Craft. Nope. Yep, Roma Craft Tobacco right there. Good job, those boys. Yes, fantastic. Like I said, it's level 5. It's full-bodied, like myself. Oh, you can have this one. I'll open the other one. Well, they're both open. It doesn't matter. This is a Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with an Indonesian binder and a Nicaraguan Dominican filler. It has a heavy finish, according to Cigar International, which I'm going to reference some of their stuff tonight. You're supposed to get notes of spice, caramel, leather, and earth. So, the year was set. I'm going to read you a little caption real quick. The year was 1794. Tensions are high as distillers fought for the first tax levied on domestic product, whiskey. And George Washington himself is called on to suppress the rebellion and reduce conflict. So that's kind of where they get the whole whiskey rebellion thing at.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I see.
Love it. Price is reasonable on it. They make one. Oh, get this. So they sub-name their cigars. So normally you have like Robusto, short Robusto, stuff like that. So a short Robusto is referred to as a Jefferson. You're going to get the history theme here in a second. The Perfecto is referred to as a McFarland. The Robusto Extra is referred to as a Bradford. The Petite Corona is referred to as a Hamilton. And the Basilico is referred to as a Washington. A Basilico is a 5.5 by 54 on the ring gauge. We have, I think we have the Bradford, if I am not mistaken, which is a 5 by 56.
Okay.
So, there is plenty of cutters, plenty of lighters.
Yes.
Help yourself.
Dive on in.
Price is not bad. A 5-pack of short Robustos is $40 plus shipping through Cigar International. Okay. Of course, they are currently sold out on those. Apparently, that's the most popular one because it's the only one that's sold out.
Wait for the V. I like a V cut.
I like a good V.
I think
too.
I'm more of a V cut kind of guy.
Me too.
So
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. That kind of
So
I'm
there's a
guessing.
thing.
So here's what I'm guessing. Okay, and this
Is
is just
yours
a
like
complete
that
guess.
too?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
First of all, yes, it is. Mine is like that. I'm
sure I'm not
guessing
crazy.
that it is probably some type of lighter wrapper,
Okay.
just on the first third. So we're probably going to get some mixed notes here as far as flavor goes. We're going to find out.
I'll have to borrow your lighter. I don't know. Where's the land shark?
Our producers misplaced it, I think.
Oh,
But it's okay. I may order another one or I may go get one.
that's cool. All right. So what are we supposed to get on this thing according to you and
The good folks at Cigar International.
C, Senor?
So according to them, we're supposed to get notes of spice, caramel, leather, earth, and a heavy finish. I'm going to go ahead and call bullshit right now.
Wow, you're just flat out gonna just say it, huh?
I don't get a whole lot of spice, at least on the initial light. It may open up as I get into it. I do get a little bit of pepper, but not like spice. Okay. It's not bad. It's aroma craft, so obviously it's going to be a pretty good smoke. I'm curious on your thoughts, being as if I'm not mistaken, this is probably one of the few aroma crafts that you've had.
Yes.
I get the leather.
Yeah.
It's kind of a medium leather finish. I know it's going to sound weird being as we're going qualities of leather all of a sudden.
Right. No, it's definitely got a leathery note or hint or something there.
Yes.
Um,
It very much does.
I can't get a whole lot of woodiness.
And you're not. And according to this notes, you're not supposed to. This is one of the few cigars that I've ever read about and smoked myself that doesn't have some note of cedar or wood or something like that in the tasting notes.
Not a bad smoke though.
No, it's the draw's good on it. It's not as good as last week's draw because it's not smoking out the end like it was. But I mean, for
It's got some good smoke coming out.
okay, maybe it's just I hadn't opened mine up yet.
Maybe. I mean, it's got. I can't pinpoint one thing about it. Like I said, I got some leathery something there, but a lot of the times I get like
now
I said,
the spice is opening
is it?
up. Yeah, I just caught it. Now
I just kind of I'm looking for a little bit more, I guess. But
Yep. No, I get you.
no, I
get
mean
you
it's
for sure.
got it. It's dark.
It's very dark. It's very. I'm not gonna say it's heavy on the finish, but it has a deeper finish.
Yeah.
I'll say it like that. It's not a heavy finish.
Right.
It's a deep finish. So we'll go ahead and say the folks at Cigar International are about half right. Like I said, shout out to Skip at Romacraft and Mike at CigarHustler.com. Check Mike's website out for real. CigarHustler.com's website is very unique. It's got everything on it, and I'm actually fixing to see if I can do a sidebar on my iPad here.
Okay.
Yes, we have fancy technology on this show.
I don't know about all that.
Well, I mean, we can do some fancy stuff. Cigar, H-U-S-T-L-E-S.
Cheers, James. Happy
Hustler.
Friday.
Hey, it's James. I like James. James is a good dude.
He is smoking a Gran Habano Corojo No. 5 Maduro paired with a Penelope barrel strength. That's my kind of. He knows the way to my heart.
That's fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
Oh,
What
please.
that
I thought we
is.
were done with that
No,
phase.
we're never done with that. Are you serious? Never done. Never,
Oh,
ever.
man.
Never, ever done. Yes, I am 21 years old.
Are
I'm
you
21
sure?
plus 21. Almost. So I'm actually looking at, Mike's got some good stuff on his website. He's got ooh, that's interesting. So he's running, no, because this is near and dear to your heart. So he is running a 10% off an entire box of Knuckle Sandwich Connecticut's.
Hey.
Which Knuckle Sandwich is the Guy Fieri collaboration cigar.
We still got to do that one.
$243 for a box of 25.
We may not be doing that.
Down from $270. So
We may not be doing that.
there's the 10% mark. Oh, that's a nice little bundle. That's very nice.
I'm curious, James, because
I'm curious.
thanks, buddy.
Oh, she had to stream to the group. Fantastic.
So-
we need to go hang out with the guys.
We're kinda- we're-
the guys and gals in Mount Bellevue. I
Yes.
don't want to be sexist.
No.
Let's not be that.
We are. I'm going to give everybody a heads up. We are wasting a little bit of time. We do have a special guest coming on.
Yes, we do.
We're really excited about that.
We have technology.
But we do have to waste a little bit of time. So, James, I'm going to ask while you're watching.
Yes.
Have you had anything by Romacraft, and what are your thoughts? And I guess what have you had, and or what is your favorite?
Wow.
If you want to go ahead and leave it in the comments.
This gentleman has access to everything. I just pulled up his brands list.
Yeah.
So all the acids, Aganorsa Leaf Connecticut, Maduro, Supreme Leaf, Arturo Fuentes, a lot of Arturo Fuenteses,
James said they do have a couple gals now.
Black Hen. Fantastic. We like diversity.
Yes.
We do like diversity.
We talk about it all the time, the women of whiskey and stuff like that.
yeah,
So it's cool to see.
Charter Oak, he's got his own private blend. Cigar Hustler does, so that's interesting. I may have to try that.
And Cigar Hustler, where is it based out of?
It is based out of Florida.
Okay.
Is
Which
where
would
it is
make
based
sense.
out of. It's based out of Florida. He's got an extensive list. If you literally go on the website,
Nice.
it's the section marked cigar brands.
Yeah. So they just kind of list
And
out
then there's
everything
also a
he's got.
section marked Unicorns from the Vault.
Ooh.
So I'm tempted.
Let's go into the vault.
Let's go into the vault, baby.
Surprisingly enough,
Oh, shit. The bed running.
shit the bed running, guys.
No, you have no idea, dude. A Padron Millennium 1964.
See, I
A
don't.
single cigar. Single. Uno.
Uno.
$250.
Dude.
Single cigar. Fantastic.
James is a Roma virgin,
Nice.
so he's got some coming.
Good
Be
job.
interested to see what he says about those. Obviously, the Mont Bellevue Cigar and Bourbon Society thing, he always pops up on my.
I love those guys.
feed.
He's got a bunch of expensive Opus X's too. I mean, like, this is like, wow. I'm impressed at this moment in time. Seriously, it takes a lot to impress me. I mean, dude, he's got a box like no bullshit, okay? So literally, and I know we're getting away from the Roma crap, but I'll bring
bit.
it back in a second.
Okay.
So he has an entire box of Fuente Opus X Perfecto number 2s, okay? It's a $2,700 box of cigars.
Wow.
Yes. Wow.
Wow.
So back to the Romas, though.
Yeah. And so, Romacraft, do they have a large line of expressions, or is it kind of smaller?
Let me find it on the list, and I will tell you what they have according to, where's the Roma? Romacraft Tobacco. Here we go. Right here. They got quite a few. They got some Lanceros. They got one called a Blockhead. That sounds like me, Blockhead.
No, you're a towhead, sir.
Yeah, it's true.
We figured that out last night.
I called myself last night when we was testing all this stuff. Yeah, I mean, they've got some good ones. They got the, I think I pronounced this right, Aquina?
Okay.
Aquinta?
A Quinta?
I think, maybe. I don't know. A couple of them. One called a Knuckle Dragger. It's interesting.
Yeah. So kind of like an ape.
No, I would say more caveman than ape. Mode number 5 is another one of theirs. They have one called a Slobber Knocker.
Yes. See,
I love it.
they got cool names.
Yeah, and they got some good prices too. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, some of their stuff a little, to me, seems kind of right around where it should be.
Yeah. So I'm curious, are Romacrafts easy to find in our area?
They are, but you have to go to like, I've only seen like a handful of them in a humidor that is not an actual cigar shop humidor. Like I know Cigar Club of Southeast Texas has them.
Right.
You know, we've talked. They have them. I know that.
And cigars, as far as like, because we always mention like Cigar Hustler and stuff like that. Those guys have been awesome.
Right.
But cigars, if I'm not mistaken, are easier as far as shipping than than liquor.
Oh God, yes.
Because liquor is only available in shipping certain states, certain requirements, blah blah blah. Cigars, you could pretty much have
ship them
nationwide.
Anywhere. You can ship them anywhere, man. I believe me. Some of the ones I've ordered and some of the ones I've
So it would be easy to get your hands on something that Southeast Texas, Southwest
for
Louisiana
sure, yeah.
maybe doesn't have.
Yeah.
So we could say, go check out cigarhustler.com, and you could have any of that stuff shipped directly to
they'll
you.
ship it direct. Yeah, Mike.
Granted, you're going to pay a little bit in shipping, but
not actually, because it kind of goes off of weight. So I mean, think about it. Box of cigars is not that heavy in the grand scheme of things. What we talk, pound and a half, maybe 2 pounds.
Yeah.
So I mean, shipping's not going to kill you.
Right,
so
but to get something that isn't available in our area,
Gotcha.
especially for cigar aficionados like you, like James, like Ryan, that would be something that would definitely be beneficial. Whereas on the whiskey side of what we're doing, it's a little bit harder to get.
It's a little bit harder because you like
something that's only Kentucky. It's only sold in Kentucky. They can't just ship it to Texas.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah.
No, you are correct in that statement. That's a very good statement. Like I said, they've got several. They got the anthologies. They got the alt, which is another one. That's their Cro-Magnon or whatever it is.
He said he was talking about the Opus. So hard to find.
Yeah, Opus is
Which, I mean, it's, whether it's Roma Craft or Opus or, I'm just, we're talking about Roma Craft tonight. I do want to give them a little bit of a highlight. I know you're kind of rattling off a whole bunch of stuff, and we can't shout out cigarhustler.com enough because they did provide these cigars.
Yes, they did.
And with that comes the whole website territory, which offers more than just Roma Craft. But yeah, I was just curious because, like I said, I think it was last week, I walk into a humidor and I try to think of, I hearken back to the show and things you've done on the show, things I've smelt.
You mean you're not like everybody else I know?
What do you mean?
They all call me when they walk in humidors. I swear to God, dude, I've had phone calls from so many different people. Josh Calloway's called me before from a humidor. Mitchell's called me before from a humidor. And of course, I'm shouting out friends of mine, but at the same time, they're still doing it. There's people that literally, like, as soon as they walk into the humidor, they don't look around. They shut the door and they call me. Roy, I'm standing in the humidor. Here's what I'm looking at. What should I get?
Yeah.
I was like, what are you in the mood for, buddy? Let's talk. How's your day?
You walk into a big enough humidor, and that's an hour-long phone call. All right, they got this.
Especially if you walk into, like, Cigar Club of Southeast Texas humidor, their humidor is probably about 2 or 3 times the size of our studio.
Really?
Yes. Have you ever been?
No.
Oh, we need to. Yes. Oh, no, we need to go at some point.
That's the one I sent you a picture of. That's over on Walden.
Right off Walden,
yeah.
Yes. You drive right by it on your way
I'd never seen it before, and I sent you the picture, and I was like, did you know this was down here? Yeah, I've been there all the time.
I know you're quote unquote. You're working tomorrow, right?
Yes,
at the shop. I am. On your way home, if you've got time, swing in the Cigar Club. You'll be impressed. You'll be like,
I'm curious, and I'm sure. So this may or may not be a dumb question, and I'm sure we have some cigar newbies.
Yeah.
When you say Southeast Texas Cigar Club or whatever it may be,
right?
Do I have to have a membership to go in there and buy stuff?
No. You can literally.
I can just walk in, buy a cigar, sit down on their couch, and smoke it, and hang out.
So the way their layout is, I'll go ahead and do a little foreshadowing for you. You walk in the door, the counter's right there. Okay, you got a little kind of seating area off this way. Nobody's really there a whole lot. If you go straight to the back, there's a bunch of leather furniture, TV. I think 2 TVs hanging on one wall, and I think it's that wall and that wall. But then kind of when you walk in, kind of catty corner to the door is the humidor. And there's going to be some cases and stuff outside the humidor. There's going to be some specials on a table right outside the humidor as well. But the money's in the humidor, my friend.
Yeah.
Of course that.
So when you say cigar club, whatever it may be, it's not like a private thing where you have to sign up.
No, they are open to the public. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are clubs that have lockers that will let you, for a membership fee, store your stuff in your locker, whether it's you want to keep a bottle of your whiskey and a cutter and a lighter and stuff like that. There are clubs out there that will let you. Vegas has one that you can literally get your locker if you've got enough money between Michael Jordan and Luke Bryan. They both have lockers in this humidor.
Really?
I'm not naming the humidor.
Yeah.
Because I'll never step foot in it because I don't have that kind of money. I'll be honest.
For sure.
But at the same time, the Smoke Ring and the El Cubano Cigar Lounge are amazing. I'm not familiar, or I'm assuming both of those are in the Mount Bellevue area because I'm not familiar with either one of them. I don't really go that direction a whole lot when I'm in my cigar shopping. I probably need to.
Probably.
Because Houston seems to be like the
I mean, Mont Bellevue is obviously an up and coming.
Yes, for sure.
Hey, look, we have.
Fantastic.
We have a guest.
So in that case, we're going to go ahead and segue
to the.
Absolutely, the drink of the week. We got 2 drink of the weeks on the table. The first one is, and there's the man himself.
If you'll give us a nod when you're ready, I can put you on.
You're good? All right. So he's in.
All right.
Let's see what's up. So if you hadn't read the bottles on the table, this is from Acre Distilling out of Fort Worth, Texas. We have in my hand right now the Texas Smoked Single Malt by Acre Distilling. And then on the other side of the table, we have just a regular Texas Single Malt whiskey. Both of these come in at 100 proof. The Texas Smoked intrigued me a lot because I like old fashions and smoked drink like that. And if you guys are wondering who in the world that is in the middle of our screen, this is Tony. And Tony, I'm going to butcher your last name, so I'm not even going to try and butcher it. I'm just going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
It's Tony Formby, F-O-R-M-B-Y.
Okay, Formby. Okay. Got you. All right, so Tony, like we said, is with Acres Distilling. And tell us your title again, because you're the owner, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so this man owns the distillery.
And if you saw my post on Facebook, it is owner and not master distiller, because I've listened to a few interviews that you've done in the past, and I've heard you say you're not allowed to touch the equipment. Is that still true today?
That is very true. I'm not allowed to.
Okay. He's not allowed to touch the equipment.
Don't touch any knobs.
Fantastic. I love it. So, Tony, again, we're so glad that you were able to join us tonight. It means the world to us. This is the second time we've done this. Hopefully we'll get a little better sound quality than the first time, but we've got your product in front of us. I'm curious on which way you would like to lead us into as far as which one we should try first.
I would try the smoked single.
The smoked single malt first. Okay.
That's what
we'll
go with.
From the man itself, that's what I'm opening up.
So if you don't mind, while he opens that up, can you give us a little bit of an origin story, as I like to call it, for Acre Distilling?
Sure. We for 8 years, we're in an old Fort Worth neighborhood, known as Half Acre. But back in the Acre, red light district for about 50, and it was pretty wild. So, old building, 1920, and the distillery came up because of my distillers. Used to be my brew. I used to own Raw Brewing or a big portion of it. And that the brewers wanted to become. So it came about.
If I can, if you don't mind, I'm gonna interrupt real quick. I don't know if it's your Bluetooth headset or if it's us or what you have working as far as a microphone, but you're kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
Okay. I'm getting an echo. I'm not.
Let me see if I can change anything on my end. Audio input capture. Did that change anything on our end as far as the echo you're getting?
Let me see. No, it's coming back.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's my end or your.
Man. If you don't mind, I'm going to disconnect you real quick. And then,
Sure.
If you don't mind, just jump right back in with the link that I had sent you.
Will do.
We're going to figure it out.
Okay. I trust the process. I feel it's good. But while we're doing that, I'm going to pop
guys.
this since he told us literally to. Oh, this is going to be a good pop. I feel it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice pop.
Okay. So while we're reconnecting with Tony, I'm going to go ahead and read the stats on this. Like I said, it's 100 proof. Their thing, and it says it right on the bottle, Texas grain to glass. So we got that going for us. Acres Texas Smoked Single Malt Whiskey is made from Texas barley that is smoked, malted, and distilled at Acres Distilling in Fort Worth, Texas. 40% of the barley of this whiskey is smoked over Texas pecan and peach wood. So that's an interesting combination. This whiskey is aged in used Acres bourbon barrels, giving it color and character similar to Scottish whiskeys aged in similar barrels. It is light in color and with a discernibly but not overpowering smoked aroma from start to finish. And it says also you can go every week taste and tour in downtown Fort Worth, Texas. You can look them up at acredistilling.com. And as he said earlier, they are literally known on what used to be known as Hell's Half Acre. So, all right, Tony, you're back. We're going to try this again, see if the cutout is all. I've literally popped the top on this. The cork was fantastic. Thank you, sir, for making this very good product. Hopefully, we're going to find out. I read on the back of it, it was done with smoked pecan and peach wood. Is that correct? Okay, Tony's froze, I think. I don't know what's going on. I see his face. All right, let's see what the collab cam's going on. Okay, video capture. We're good.
I think we lost him.
Oh, Lord.
Why?
Oh, good Lord.
Why is this happening?
I don't know. Dagnabbit. Okay.
We suck.
He's back. Let's try it again. Show on stream.
Okay.
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 I think better.
Okay.
All right. No.
No, not better.
No.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we'll work through it if you don't mind. So, like I was saying earlier, I popped the top on your Texas smoked. From what I read on it and what I gave to our audience, it was smoked over pecan and peach wood. Is that correct?
Yes, 40.
Okay. Yeah, 40%.
40. Yeah, 40% of our.
Okay. It's got a good coloration. I'm not gonna lie to you one bit, Tony. I'm sitting here looking at it, and it's very golden.
Ooh.
It's unique, aged in youth, so
Okay.
more like a Scotch.
Got you. Okay.
It's got a very golden honey.
Yeah, kind of like Honey Crisp almost. A little bit of smoke. I think that's more the peach, though, than the honey, because I feel like I'm getting more like a citrus than an apple.
There's not a lot of smokiness there, but there's definitely a lot that you can feel, and you know it's there.
I don't know. To me, I kind of get the smoke.
And
It's
I'm
very subtle. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's very subtle, which is a good thing. You don't want that overpowering smoke, especially in a quote-unquote single malt or Texas Scotch or whatever you want to refer to it as. But to me, it's got a good flavor. It's got a good... It's not a real burn, which is always a good thing because you know when you get around that 100 proof mark, everybody's like, oh, it burns too much. This doesn't burn that much.
yeah.
I mean, to me, it drinks, and I don't want to insult you by no means, but to me, it drinks slightly less than 100 proof, which is a good thing because most people don't like that 100 proof and up burn.
Yeah. So, if you don't mind, you're not sourcing anything. Everything is distilled in-house with Texas-grown malt, correct, or grains.
Correct. All our whiskeys, grain grown, handle of Texas, barley, wheat, rye.
Okay.
I like it.
So I noticed on your sign, because I looked at a few pictures, it also says Acre Coffee and Espresso. Do y'all do coffee in-house, or?
Yeah. We have a full professional grain. And the reason is there's a law school. So we
Nice.
feed them coffee and alcohol in the afternoon.
That's the way to
I
do
love
it.
it. We feed him coffee in the morning and alcohol in the afternoon.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Well, Tony, I'm not going to lie to you one bit. I'm going to run right now off the stuff we've done so far this year. This is a pretty good one to me. It reminds me, and I hate to compare whiskeys, but I'm going to just in the simplicity of it. It reminds me a lot of Revenant Oak that Andalusia's doing, but this is it's a little lighter Because you and I both know we both had Revenant Oak. You don't like Revenant Oak per se because it's harsh. It's abrasive. This is a more subtle, sophisticated, smoked single malt to me. I mean, it's a little more enjoyable. I feel more people would enjoy this over the Andalusia because, like I said, the Andalusia is harsh. I like the harsh personally. That's kind of my wheelhouse. I love the fact that y'all proofed it where it's at. I love the coloration of it. The aroma's there. I mean, to me, it's all around good Texas single malt. Y'all did a good job with this one for sure. And I like the fact that you did pecan and peach because most people in Texas, when they smoke stuff, let's be honest, they do
Mesquite.
pecan, mesquite, stuff like that. For y'all to throw that peach in there is kind of a curveball that's like, we're going to trick your palate with this just a little bit.
Well, we have a lot of peach growing around here.
I got you. Lot of peach stuff up in that part of the world.
So
which
you
is a good
said
thing.
your head distiller JB, he came with you from Roar that you previously owned. What was his transition into whiskey? And I find it more of an art form. How did he take to that, and what was kind of his motivation behind it?
Well, he's the real. We have a distillery, and as you probably know, whiskey making is really strong, and he's a master, and it wasn't that difficult. And he's killer. He's
Got you. Yeah, for sure. Well, he's doing a fantastic job with this one. I mean, I like it. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, I love the fact that it's smoother to me than Revenant Oak. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Andalusia's Revenant Oak. This to me is a smoother version.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Scotch and single malts, but this is I really enjoy this one.
Yeah, this one's a good one for my man here that's not traditionally a Scotch guy or not anything with peat or
Single
smoke
malt.
or anything or single malt.
That's good.
For him to say he likes it, you guys are putting out a good product up there in Fort Worth for sure.
Thank you.
So y'all do a bunch of other stuff other than whiskey. What are kind of some of the hottest sellers, I guess, in y'all's distillery?
Well, the hot sellers are the vodkas that it's just light sweet stuff. But the more important thing are gin.
Okay.
Our gin has won probably more awards than any state. Double gold at the world, silver and gold at the U.S. Open.
Oh, wow.
So it's, of course, cellar, but we're trying to change.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
because whenever I think of Texas, I think of whiskey, beer, brown, darker liquors, tequila, exactly. So what would, in your mind, I guess, what is it going to take for gin to be kind of a seller here?
Probably a lot of really good in the bars making gin cocktails. It's, up in New York, it is big. Europe, it's just going to take time to make it to Texas.
Definitely. So so people can get to know you a little bit. You're originally from Canada, correct?
Yes.
And
Interesting.
You worked in Silicon Valley for a long time, retired early. How did you end up in Texas?
I married a Texan.
Not a bad decision.
Hey, the sad thing about it, him and my uncle actually have something in common. So my uncle's originally from Connecticut, which is kind of close to Canada.
Sure.
He married a Texas gal and moved down here. So, hey, we're glad to have you for
Yes.
sure. Because this is, like I said, I enjoy this. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's a bit of a difference going from the tech world to a brewery and now a distillery. What kind of sparked that side of, I guess, what you're doing now?
Well, the brewery started. I was getting bored being in my 50s, and So I stumbled into the brewery. They were going to close, ran out of money, and I thought, well, this might be fun. And here I am, about 20 years later.
I love how he says
Yeah.
this might be fun. Let's try this.
Because you could have just as easy dove into another tech venture or something along those lines. So it was,
I did.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And only one of the.
I got you.
Okay.
I love the fact that he literally went from tech to and somehow managed to find his way in
Yeah,
Texas.
exactly.
And whiskey at that.
What do you feel like you bring to the whiskey industry that somebody else with a different background doesn't bring?
Oh, gosh. Not much, I don't think. I'm not an expert. You know, peak thing going up here. And G, the guy experimenting, and we've got about 7 that we do. And he's always, we have big malts that we used, beer barrels, the strong ale,
Okay.
wine. We have several of the breweries, and we experimenting. They produce 90 bottles, and big tasting. And then I think probably the thing that, if I have anything to be proud of, I believe we were the first brewery customer, Texas malt. First,
Yeah.
we were probably one of the first, the Texas brewery. And we know brewery, and we have quite a bit of close relationship. Our guys do a lot of stuff there.
Well, I love the fact. Yeah, I love the fact to me that you're kind of forward thinking with it. I love the whole combination of the pecan and the peach wood that y'all smoked this with. That to me is a very underrated combination that not a whole lot of people are doing. So that's kind of a forward thinking thing on you guys' part, bringing that to the forefront with this product. So,
And just to kind of, you may have said it while I stepped away, with the Tex Malt thing, did that bring you closer or give you a better relationship with any of the other Texas distilleries? Because I know with y'all being the first, Still Austin started using them, and there was a few others.
Yeah, Balcones, Still Austin, EX Spice, Rebecca Creek. That relationship has really grown between us all, but mostly we're trying to get changed to make our business run. So down, we source the same, and we're all pretty friendly.
Well, that's good.
see, I love the fact that he said we're all pretty friendly with each
Yeah.
other. And he named pretty much the who's who of Texas distillers, too. I mean, he mentioned Balcones, Rebecca Creek, a couple of other ones. I love the fact that it goes back to, like we say all the time on the show, it goes back to the community and the camaraderie within the community that is Texas whiskey. So
So I'm curious, what is your favorite product that y'all produce?
Oh boy. I like the gin quite a bit, but I like most of these. I drink the single, and I the bourbon.
okay.
I like both of them a lot.
Okay.
And, every now and again, when releases that week, I swirl a couple.
You have to, right? Just don't drink all the profits.
Right. I love the fact that he mentioned that. He's like, I like the gin, but I also like this, and this too. So he's not a one-dimensional guy by no means.
So something I heard on one of the interviews you did, y'all make a pancake. Is it pancake?
It's called liquid,
Liquid.
and it's just no, it's very sweet. In fact, the it makes old fashioned.
Really?
Not with whiskey, that instead of the simple.
Okay.
And you get a
Okay.
maple leaf.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
But by itself, so sweet. People here who are sweet stuff.
Yeah, I could see that.
I like it.
That's kind of funny. Liquid.
Yeah, I
liquid
know that he
pancake.
calls it liquid pancake. I love that fact. I'm gonna let this air just for a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and go to the.
Yeah. So what else do we have here?
We got the Acres Texas single malt. This is 100 proof single malt. Let's see what the label says. Late 1800s, Hell's Half Acre, which we referred to, became a generic name used in the many frontier towns. Often referred to as the Acre, Fort Worth's version of the most infamous and rambunctious of them all. Let's see here. Acres Distilling Texas single malt is distilled from barley that is grown and malted in North Texas. It is distilled at the Acres Distilling and aged in new charred American white oak barrels. So fantastic on that. I love the quote on the back of it. So the quote on the back of it says, "Lord, make us good, but not right now." So I'm curious on
Where did
why,
that come from?
Where did this quote come from? It's on the back of this bottle because I noticed the Texas Smoked did not have that quote on the back of this bottle.
Well, our market guys, and they attributed long-haired Jim Bourbon's name, long-haired,
Okay.
was the sketch sheet here in the 1880s. I was later by a Bible that quote is at St. Thomas Aquinas, and the quote was, "Lord."
That makes sense. I like it. Okay.
So what kind of? Oh, hang on.
Sure, I don't spill it. Nice.
Very nice pops. What kind of spurred this single malt craze? And obviously, y'all have jumped on it. You sent us 2 different single malts here. I guess what are your thoughts on the single malt, American single malt, and where it's going for now?
Well, I think that there's the Single Malt Commission. Proper name is have it as a legitimate class, and obviously about just all over it.
Yeah.
And they've got by. So clearly, it's all that they future. I think the thing to get across to that it's not like single malt. It's a different style. It's new barrels, and therefore it's going to be stronger, a little heavier. And I would agree that in the 110, 105 proof range are on the hot side, and we've basically gone to 100.
Okay.
I like that he says that. He said they kind of
Yeah.
made it around the 100, which is, I can tell you right now, if this is anything like that smoked, but without the smoke, I feel this is going to be pretty good too. So it's got a good color, a little darker than what the Texas smoked is, a little bit more amber. I like that about it. On the nose, it's not abrasive at all. It's very almost mellow for a Texas single malt. I know that kind of sounds weird, but to me, it's a mellowed out aroma on the nose.
So are y'all still the only solar powered distillery in Texas?
As far as I know,
And what kind of spurred that? Because you're also if I'm not mistaken, you do a bottle return too. So you're kind of going on that efficient route. Or
well, you got to remember, I'm originally from, so I'm a tree. No matter what. So, techie, and I do have in some of the solar part of it was economic no, which I recommend to people look at their own. And we have a program. We got rid of single-use plastic. We just basically more in tune with the.
I love that. By the way,
I like it.
I'm not gonna lie. I love the fact that I because that kind of escaped me. I didn't know that they were the only solar powered distillery in Texas. So definitely shout out to you guys for being environmental friendly. That's for sure. And not only that, you got to try this.
I'm getting there.
I'm telling you right now, you've got to try. I actually, and this is going to sound contradicting to myself, I actually like this better than the smoked.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I like this one better than the smoked, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the smoked's good. Don't get me wrong. The smoked is good. I like this better.
Yeah.
This is you're going to be pleasantly surprised, I think, with this. It's not abrasive at all on the nose. You hardly get any ethanol on the nose at all because normally most 100 proofs, you're going to get that ethanol. But this, to me, this is a damn good Texas single malt.
That is a bakery in your mouth.
That's a damn good one.
Bakery.
I'm not going to lie. Again, cheers to you and you guys up there in Fort Worth. This is, man.
So we that whiskey for medals at the competition 2 years in San Francisco. It's better. It's about 5.
Okay. Yeah, he's not lying. It placed at San Francisco, so you know if you're making it in San Francisco, you're pretty much good. 'Cause those guys out there are kind of strict with their judging.
They are.
Do you have any questions for our guest?
I do not. I'm gonna be honest. I just love his product.
So
that's when you can tell. That's when you tell it's good. 'Cause
Yeah.
if I got a lot of questions, your stuff's subpar. If I don't have a whole lot of questions, you're making some good stuff.
So there's a lot of, I guess, I don't know what to call them, but like the Texas Craft Distillery Association, the Texas Bourbon Trail. There's a lot of these little things that are trying to get members and really accentuate Texas whiskey. Are y'all a part of any of those? And what do you feel separates Texas whiskey from, I guess, everybody else?
Well, our part of the Distillers Association, in fact, I'm legislative committee lobbying the state government. We've looked at Bourbon Trail, and we just got in the way of applying for that. We just applied, so it would be happy to be involved in. I mean, any promotes all distilleries and gets traveling and visiting. That's great. And I think I think that our Texas stand up to anything that anywhere else in the country. Now, there's some that are real favorites of mine, like Westward, Oregon, Portland, incredible single malts.
Yes.
And we'd aspire. But I really do think distilleries are making some real.
I feel the same way. I mean, we've talked about it before. You know, we all know the Kentucky, the Tennessee, we all know that. But I feel like Texas, and not only just Texas, the guys out in Colorado are doing some good stuff too. So I love to see that other states are finally starting to up their, quote unquote, up their game a little bit to get to where they're on that level. And like I said, that Texas single malt, man.
This is going on a short list of the ones we talk about quite a bit. So I know I've got one more question, and then we can let you get out of here. Where are you currently distributing in Texas? Because I know you're not going nationwide. I know you're Texas only. And do you have any plans to get to Southeast Texas?
Well, we're distributed Texas throughout Texas, but we're probably in your neck. But wines is a product, certain place. I think go in and order it. You might have to tell them, hey, you can get it. Or Texas carry it. But if any are interested, call the distillery. We'll put them in contact with your favorite brands. And they would never let us ship directly to the consumer. We'd be all over that.
Yeah, I feel with this product, I feel if you ever went ship to consumer,
Yeah.
you guys are probably in a bind down in this neck of the woods because this is a pretty good product. I'm not going to lie to you one bit. And I'm not traditionally a Texas, or for that matter, I'm not really a single malt kind of guy. But this changes my viewpoint on single malts for sure. Like I said, I love both of them. I like the regular slightly better than oaked or smoked, not oaked, smoked. But you're making good stuff. Not gonna lie to you one bit. And for us, like we full disclosure this every episode, our opinions and our reviews on these whiskeys are not bought. We don't ask for any kind of payment. We just ask that you guys send product. We review it. We talk about it. We try to get it in our neck of the woods so where the people of Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana can enjoy your whiskey. And by far, I'm definitely recommending both the smoked Texas and the Texas single malt.
Well, thank you very much.
So I guess just to kind of wrap up, and I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Mandy for getting us in contact with you and kind of organizing this whole thing. She's been awesome. And just kind of shameless plug for yourself and Acre Distilling. Where can people find you? Where are you located? Social media, all that good stuff.
Well, we're obviously right in town. We're on Instagram. I think it's Acre Distilling. If you're looking at Instagram, posting on there all.
Awesome. Well, I thank you for coming on, and we're going to continue to enjoy this, and we're going to start talking all things Texas. But again, can't thank you enough, and really appreciate you joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you very much, Tony, for enjoying
Well,
it.
thanks for having me. Make sure you come and visit.
We definitely
We
will.
will. If we're in that neck of the woods, we'll definitely be there.
Terrific. Thanks a lot.
Have a
All right,
good
thanks,
weekend.
Tony.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Fantastic. I'm not going to lie to you. Hey, the single malt,
So,
I don't know how you feel about it. I like the single malt slightly better.
oddly
than the
enough,
smoked.
I like the smoked better,
Really?
which is not
That's
not
normally
right
doesn't
for
happen.
me.
That normally doesn't happen for us at all.
So that was awesome. Again,
Yes.
thank you, Tony. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you,
Yes.
Acre Distilling. That was a ton of fun. But it definitely turns me on to what they're talking about. Long-haired Jim.
Yes, long-haired Jim.
I know their bourbon is named after him. I definitely want to get my hands on some of that. I'm impressed.
They're making good stuff. I mean, for single malt, because I know when I saw both of this and I sent you the picture when we received it, you're like, oh, it's single malt.
I was a little upset.
But now after having it,
My world is expanding. My whiskey world.
that's all I want to hear.
Maybe I'll eventually work my way up to the Revenant Oak. Maybe.
I don't see it
But
happening
for now,
anytime soon.
I'm
You'll
definitely
stick with
gonna
this.
sit here and enjoy this Acre Distilling.
Yes.
If you get a chance, if you're up in the Fort Worth, Dallas area, check them out. Oh, excuse me. Check them out. I know if you're in the Dallas area and you take, I don't know what train it is, but the train actually runs straight to, like it's a straight shot.
it dead
And as
ends,
soon
I
as you
think,
get
yeah.
out, you're like right there by their distillery.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. Check them out. It's acredistilling.com. And like he said, if you're interested, definitely give them a call up to the distillery and
Yeah.
see if maybe they can hook you up with the distribution and get it to your area. I know. Wow. Go ahead. Break some stuff.
No, I'm trying to figure out if I got them right or not. Because, cork
No.
tend to. I feel like that one dude
Yeah.
riding right
You're
now.
slamming.
Slamming and jamming.
Quick shout out. What's up, Mike Wright? I see you watching. I see you creeping.
I see you shaking that ass. I got
Whoa.
you. Hey, Mike's on vacation, dude.
Is
Not gonna
he?
lie, he's on vacation.
Is that why he's been posting all them pictures? Man, I've been so jealous lately.
You and me both. You and me both. Good stuff.
That's my kind of vacation.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely have to say some of this because I think, and I don't know if we have an updated breaking news button, but next week is our 2-year anniversary, right?
Is it already that time?
It
I
is
feel like we
already
just
that
did a
time.
1 year.
I know. So I've been talking to Mike periodically. I think Mike's going to be on set for our 2 year.
What? He's been a big part of our
Yes, he has.
year, so
Yes,
that
he
would be a
has.
good thing.
I like it. Yeah, and we're gonna share some of the stuff that we've gotten recently. Then the 10th Mountain will probably come out. These two will probably come out because I know
Definitely.
Mike's a single malt kind of guy,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of curious on his take with those two, and we'll go from there.
So we have a topic.
We do all things Texas.
All things Texas.
That's why I'm actually switching to Google right now because I literally walked to the door at 6 o'clock.
Like we said earlier, yesterday was Texas Independence Day,
Yes, it was.
and we gained our independence in 1836.
Yes, 1836.
Something I thought was kind of funny was the Texas Declaration of Independence was literally written overnight.
Yes, one day.
Yeah. And they were like, all right, roll it.
Yes, roll that beautiful vein footage.
So that's what officially separated us from Mexico, and we became the Republic of Texas.
Yes. And with that, we're the only quote unquote state that can actually succeed from what is the Union, which is the entire 50 states that make up the United
Yeah.
States of America. We're the only one. And we're also the only one that can fly our flag the same height as
Correct.
the USA flag.
Yeah. Speaking of flags,
Yes.
so Six Flags over Texas
Yes.
is not just an amusement park.
No, it's not. There was actually
there's-
6 flags over the history of Texas.
Over the history of Texas, we've been, I guess, ruled by 6 nations.
Yes, we have.
That's Spain, France, Mexico, the Republic of Texas,
Yep.
the Confederate States, and the United States.
Yep. Very good. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
You made notes.
I did.
So, yes.
So I've got a couple of state symbols.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
do too. And I've
curious
got
of-
one that's near and dear to my heart. And if
Okay.
you've never been to it, you highly need to go.
Okay.
And I'm talking about the Alamo in San Antonio. So I'm
Okay.
going to read you a little bit of stuff on the Alamo.
Yeah.
The Alamo, located near San Antonio, which is not near San Antonio. First of all, it's in San Antonio.
It's
Let's
literally
get that.
in San Antonio.
Yes. Was a Spanish mission and fortress for its role in the Texas Revolution. In 1835, 1 year before we gained our independence, a group of 180 volunteer Texas soldiers, including Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, battled against 600 members of the Mexican Army.
Very nice.
Yes. And on yearly average, 2.5 million people visit the Alamo.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people. My wife, kids, and I went last year to the Alamo. It's a very interesting and neat experience, but at the same time, I kind of got aggravated because technically under Texas legislature, the Alamo is referred to as a historical shrine.
Okay.
So it literally says you're supposed to take your hat off if you're wearing a hat when you walk into it.
Okay.
A lot of people do not.
Really?
You might want to cut that first before you do
Probably.
that. Here, big cutter. Thank you. But yeah, so that's the only thing that aggravates me is the fact that there's a lot of people out there that do not take their hat off when they walk in the Alamo. Because to me, that's a big thing. Because my wife asked me as soon as I walked in, pulled my
Right,
hat off.
hat
She's
off.
like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "You didn't read the sign when you walked in." Because there's literally a sign right as you walk in that says, "Hey, please remove your hat. This is a historical shrine." Because literally a lot of people that are not just from Texas, by the way. Davy Crockett's originally from Tennessee. Gave their lives and fought in that battle. So shout out to those guys for sure. While you're doing that, because you may have to switch to another lighter at some point. I feel we're almost out of juice with that. So I got 15 things that Texas is famous for.
Let's hear them.
The Alamo was number 1. I just talked about that.
Okay.
Barbecue.
You don't say.
I don't say. Football.
Nuh-uh.
You don't say. Crude oil. You don't say.
Man,
The Texas Longhorns.
this is my shocked
Yeah,
face.
and it's not talking about the university. It's talking
Right,
about
it's
the
the
actual
actual
Longhorn.
Longhorn.
The size. Texas is well known for its massive size. It is the second largest state in the U.S.
Time out.
as far as
Real quick,
land mass
fun
and
fact.
population.
Shout out Jeremy. I found out, or per Jeremy, found out last year you can rent the Alamo grounds.
Interesting.
Let's go have a party, a functional gentleman meetup at the Alamo.
Come and take it, baby.
Come and take it.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we're second largest.
Second largest state as far as land mass and population.
Because land mass is behind Alaska.
Land mass.
And-
the state of Texas encompasses 268,597 square miles.
Which is only behind Alaska, and then population is only behind California, if I'm not
To
mistaken.
put it in perspective, Texas is twice as big as Japan or Germany, and 10% bigger than France.
Okay.
If Texas were a country, it would be the 40th largest country in the world.
We're awesome.
We're also, well, here's not a little bit of awesome.
Okay, here we
We're
go.
also famous for the JFK assassination because it happened in Dallas.
Things happen.
Another thing, Chile. Of course, obviously, we deal with this every year. The heat. That's another one. The fact that we have our own slogan that says, "Don't mess with Texas." The live music capital of the world.
Really?
Yes.
Austin City Limits, I'm sure, has a lot to do with
It
that.
does. It says over the years, country music has involved itself in very own musical genre,
And the
which
Houston
is
Rodeo.
a blend of outlaw country and traditional country. The themes and songs, the genres revolve around working man struggles. As a focus, Austin.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
What?
I saw the word fisting pop up, and I was like, wait a minute, this is not the right
God.
show. This is a family.
No,
this is not a family show.
yes.
This is not a family
Okay.
show. But I just thought that was funny. So he went to a summit there last year and was double fisting Jack and Cokes, looking at the back end of the Alamo.
Nice. Fantastic. Cowboy boots.
I was just wondering what we were fisting.
In 2007, cowboy boots were identified as official state footwear of Texas. Rodeos, you mentioned earlier, the first ever rodeo in the world was held in
here?
Pecos.
Pecos?
I've been to Pecos. It's a shithole of a town.
Well-
the fact that we have the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo and the Southwest Exposition and Livestock Show are the two biggest across the country. Wool, oddly enough.
Really?
The wool and mohair industry in Texas dates back to the arrival of the first sheep and goat that Spanish soldiers and missionaries brought into Texas in the early 18th century.
Interesting.
NASA. We all know about NASA. We've been there, done that, got
Yep.
a T-shirt.
Houston, we have a problem.
That was the top 15.
All right.
That what Texas is famous for.
So just to kind of piggyback off of that,
yeah.
state symbols, our slogan, the friendly state,
Yes.
or the Lone Star State.
Yes, I like the Lone Star State slightly better.
Our bird, northern mockingbird.
Yes.
Our fish, Guadalupe bass.
Interesting. I feel that would be like East Texas bass, being as Sam Rayburn is probably one of the biggest states,
Right.
biggest lakes in Texas.
Our flower, the bluebonnet.
That makes sense.
Insect.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Insect is the monarch butterfly, not the mosquito.
I feel it should be the mosquito. Let's be honest.
Did you know we have a state mammal?
Ooh, I'm curious. What's that?
So there's two of them.
Okay, there's two of them.
The Texas longhorn
I mentioned that.
and a 9-banded armadillo.
Hey,
I didn't even know the armadillo was a mammal.
them fighting armadillos down
I'm
there in
telling
Texas
you.
State, baby. If you ain't watched the movie Necessary Roughness, go watch it because they mentioned the fighting armadillos. I love that movie.
We also have, so these are kind of funny. We have a state mushroom. It's called the Texas Star.
What?
Yeah. We have a state reptile, Texas horned lizard.
Oh, I thought if you say horned frog, I was going to kick you out the
No.
door.
Our tree is the pecan tree.
I knew that.
Our food is chili.
Knew that.
We have a state game. It's called Texas 42. It's dominoes.
I was fixing to say it ain't gambling, that's for sure. Because you can't casino gamble in Texas.
Right. Our state instrument is the guitar.
Really? I feel like it would be the calculator. Texas Instruments, get it? You see what I did there?
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
We have a state shell. It's called the lightning whelk.
Never heard of it.
Our state ship is the USS Texas.
Of course.
Our state soil is Houston Black.
I don't know what that is.
Our state sport is the rodeo.
I feel it should be football.
It's the rodeo.
I feel it should be football.
And this one I did for fun because it has my name in it. We have a state molecule, and it's called Bucky balls.
A state molecule?
Yeah, it's called Bucky ball. The scientific name is Buckminster fullerene, and it's a soccer ball shaped molecule composed of 60 carbon atoms.
Can you say that scientific name 3 times fast?
I don't want to say. I just like the fact that it's called Bucky ball. Who'd have thunk it?
Bucky's balls,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
Bucky's balls is the state molecule.
God dog it.
I knew I was fucking famous.
Jesus Christ Almighty. Good Lord.
Ba-dum-bum. So the term that we used for the title, "Everything is Bigger in Texas," can be dated back to 1950.
Interesting.
Did you know, and I'll go on a little bit of a whiskey one here, we are third in number of craft distilleries with 173 as of 2022.
I can understand that because I use a website that's called distillerynearby.com. I think I've sent it to you before.
I'm out. Yeah, you have. So we're third behind California and then New York. Texas whiskey has
Wait a minute.
made
Let's
a little
back
bit of a
up to
name
that.
for itself.
So we're third behind what now?
California and New York.
So we're third behind two shitty states that it sucks to live in. They have to stay drunk all the time.
Basically.
Okay.
Now this
Just
is
so we're
craft.
clear.
This is craft distilleries, so it doesn't count the big. From what I could understand from the research, it does not count the large, like nationwide. So I don't think Balcones would be in that. I don't think Garrison Brothers would be in that. Things like that. But craft distilleries, we are third.
Okay.
Just thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So this one was kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The origin of the name Texas. It comes from,
The Spanish word tejas, which
Well-
means friend,
yeah. So it actually originated from,
not just pretty face.
sometimes, I'm telling you, I'm going to say this wrong, but Caddo was the original language, and it was called, they pronounced it Tasha, which then translated into Spanish as Tejas, which then turned into Texas, which means
Caddo's
friends.
the Indian tribe.
I believe so.
Yes, because there's Lake
but
Caddo.
yes,
There's Caddo Lakes, which is up around the Marshall, Jefferson area.
But you are right. It is literally means friends. And I think that's a big thing in Texas is everybody seems to be pretty damn friendly.
Yep. Tracy Bird said it best. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody calls you friend.
That's it.
Not that I like Tracy Bird's music, but shout out to Tracy Bird.
Texas literally has every type of landscape. We have mountains, we have desert, we have swampland, we have coastline, we have hills, we have plains, we have grassland.
It snows.
It snows, it rains, it's hot, it's cold.
It's humid.
Humid is an understatement.
Yes, it is, especially in this part of the world.
We need to come up with a different, like a super humid.
Yes, there's humid and there's humid premium. Got a Tracy Bird story. I'm curious.
Let's hear it,
Let's
Jeremy.
hear it, Jeremy. Put it in the comments. Or not just that. Can we send Jeremy a collab cam link?
Oh, I mean, we could.
I mean, we probably send anybody a collab
Yeah, we
cam
can send
link at this
anybody
point.
one. Bum-ba-da-dum. So, the nickname Lone Star State came from the remembrance of being an independent republic.
Interesting.
We were a lone star.
Of course.
You having hell over there.
I am. 2 inches of hell at 100 miles an hour, and that's about where I'm at with this.
Yeah.
Last 2 inches.
I've been at, I get asked to give 6 inches really hard, so I just do it 3 times and get the hell out.
Can you read that, by the way?
Yes. Oh, Mike Wright. Yo, just finished new Balcones picks. That's what you call a teaser in the biz. That's what I call an asshole. What a dick.
We love Mike, right?
Hey, here's a cut. Here's some dirt. Let's rub it in. Let it burn a little bit. Friggin' A.
We got to get more established before we go to balconies.
So, can you give us any other information, Mike? Is it a single malt? Is it the blue corn? Is it... All right, so Jeremy has chimed in with his Tracy Bird story. When I was probably 13, my dad needed help helping a guy borrow a bed. Helped him bring out to Port Acres and dropped it off. Wow.
Nice. Very good. Oh, to answer your question from Mike Wright. Yeah. You're welcome.
My dad said, that's Bubba.
I asked Bubba who.
Okay. the anticipation. So Jeremy, continuing the story, he said the Bubba that actually shot the jukebox.
Nice.
Bubba shot the jukebox.
Sad thing
last
about
night.
it is that's a Mark Chestnut song.
I know,
That's the sad part about that.
but
He gave the full rundown of the night. Nice.
that's
I love
awesome.
it. Said it played a sad song and made him cry
That's
too, I
it.
think.
That's it.
And he went to his truck and got a 45. Look at me quoting song lyrics.
Are we allowed to do that? Like, I feel like
mean,
there's some copyright infringement there.
Hey,
and
you're not
that is the tight ass
established. It is very tight. Tighter than you know what on prom night. You're not established until you get a cease and desist order.
I guess so.
Shit was hilarious. I bet it was, man.
Yeah, that's fun. That's
a
really
good one.
funny. That's
I
a
like
really
that
good
one.
story. So, breaking news for those of y'all that are paying attention to the comments. Friend of the show, friend of ours, Mike Wright of Longhorn Liquor
Si, senor.
has officially announced there will be 3 Balcones store picks.
Yes.
2 single malts.
Yes.
And a rumble.
Yes, a rumble.
Have you tried the rumble?
I think I have, but I'm not 100% sure.
I'll have to. I've got a. Ryan gave me a sample bottle.
Okay.
I did it as part of the 24 days of
I
whiskey or
remember
whatever. It's interesting. I'll have to bring you a little bit, let you try it, see what you think.
No, I feel I feel tomorrow would be a good night for
probably.
that.
It was definitely an interesting one. I'm curious of how their store pick's going to come out because I mean, whenever I tried it, I was like, I don't know what to think about this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cheating because it's not really a whiskey.
Right.
Something in my mouth.
I'm just fascinated by your hair.
Are you? I
Yeah.
need a haircut.
I feel like it's high.
But I'm like 2 or 3 inches taller now, so I go from 5'6" to like 5'9"
5'9".
if I stand in the right position.
So you're right around my height then
right
with the hair?
With the hair, you got to
Gotcha.
measure the hair, of course. But
For sure.
it makes me feel tall. I
I'm
wish
just-
I was a little bit taller.
I'm just super jealous because of the fact that I don't have any hair.
I started so earlier, just kind of like rewind. I mentioned Mandy with Acre Distilling earlier when I sent my first email, kind of with a rundown of how
I read it.
the
yeah.
collab thing
the
works.
Very long, lengthy email. Yes, I read
well,
it.
I wanted to make sure they understood
I
fully
got you. I got you.
that this is live because not a lot of people are doing it.
Right.
But in the very first part of it, I put, hey, this is Bucky. I just wanted to introduce myself as the other half of the Functional Gentleman. I actually had written out the other half of the Functional Gentleman.
That doesn't wear a hat.
You know which one is me because I have hair. And then I deleted it. I was like, I can't do that.
This motherfucker. Shit the bed.
So, I'm curious, what is your favorite place in Texas?
I like the hill country, man. I'm not gonna lie. I love the San Marcos, Greene, New Braunfels, Austin, all that area. I love the hill country. I keep hoping one of my kids is going to get into Texas State, so where I can move out there.
Right. It'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Here's another question.
Give me a house on Canyon Lake, maybe.
We have bugs. Here's another question.
We're
So
outdoors, of course.
I'm from Texas. You're from Texas. We're
Si,
from
senor.
Texas. We say the word y'all.
Y'all.
Is it unprofessional that I use y'all in emails?
No, because I use y'all in emails that I send to all these.
Okay, because I always do it, and I'm thinking, should I say
it's
y'all?
force a habit, man.
It really is.
It's.
And you type it out Y''ALL.
I don't even do that. I just put YALL. I don't
Well,
even use the
I mean, I try to
apostrophe.
make it grammatically correct.
Nope.
Because it is a contraction of the words you and all.
Yes.
So I make it grammatically correct, but is it unprofessional to use it in an email, a company email?
I feel no. And
Okay.
being as we're talking about interesting shit about Texas, I just realized something. Do you know the top 3 brands of ice chest are sold in the state of Texas? Think about it.
Arctic,
Arctic.
Yeti,
Yep. Igloo.
Igloo.
Igloo's in Katy. The only
Really?
reason I know that, I just ordered a brand new 70-quart Igloo because
I didn't realize the Igloo was
next
in
month I got to pick up 300 pounds worth of beef.
Yes,
Because
yes,
that's
you
what
do.
happens when you buy half a cow.
For some reason, Is that a Texas thing to buy a cow?
I mean, I feel like if you got a guy that you could do that with, yes.
And I don't mean just go to like the auction and buy like a cow that's going to roam around and eat. Like we buy a cow to have it butchered,
yes,
and then throw it in our freezer.
Si, senor.
Is that a Texas thing?
I feel like it is, because that's literally what I did. I know people up in Spurger, and I'll plug them. They probably won't see this. So Robert and Julie Golden, which are our friend Keith Toller's in-laws. Yes, we're known for mosquitoes.
Pterodactyl mosquitoes.
Yes, pterodactyl mosquitoes.
For some reason, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I said pterodactyl, which
no,
the P is silent.
Yes, pterodactyl. Good job, buddy.
Pterodactyl. I don't know why, but I noticed it.
Yeah. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Like I said, our friend of the show, Keith Toller, his in-laws raised a cow. It got to 600 pounds. It's in the process of being butchered.
But how cool is it that you know where it came from, what it ate, how it was raised?
Yes.
And now you get to enjoy the fruits of that.
The only thing I don't recommend is don't ever go and see the cow, because if you're an animal lover, you're kind of get attached to it. So don't go
start
see
like
it.
petting it.
No, don't go see it.
Your kids name it.
Yep, don't go see it.
There's issues there.
Yes, very much.
Next thing you know, you're eating Betty the cow, and I don't want this hamburger no more.
No, I get it. I get it completely.
We name our turkey every year at Thanksgiving.
Do y'all really?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
I'm weird.
We just butcher it.
I'm weird.
We carve it up and go with it. Chopper style. Yep, we chop it up. Oh, good Lord. So we covered cows. We covered all the favorite stuff in Texas. So you've lived here most of your life. I know there was a little stint.
Like 99% of my life.
Yes, I know there was a little stint where you lived in Georgia.
Correct.
Yes. Is it safe to say that Texas is your favorite state?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Until I go to Colorado.
I think you're only going there for the whiskey, sir.
Yeah, I am.
And the snow.
I am. Yes.
You're kind of jealous of the snow. I'm not gonna lie. I told Brian with Tent Mountain, I was kind of jealous of the snow, and he's like,
I know. Did you see all the pictures they were posting of skiing and the soldiers and all the whole event they did?
Yes, I've liked.
God dang it!
I'm
Y'all
like,
suck.
Way to rub salt in a wound,
Right,
buddy.
exactly. But that was really cool to see the events that those guys are doing.
It is very cool, and it's very cool to see what we have coming down the pipe too. We have a few other ones. I know. I can go ahead and share some of the stuff. Keeper's Heart should be here tomorrow.
And the Keeper's Heart, that's an Irish
American.
Irish American
is what it's classified
So just like a quick little stupid segue.
Gotcha.
My wife sent me a screenshot today that she got from a coworker.
Okay.
Because I guess they know what all we do.
Oh yeah, I get it from.
Did you know today is National Irish Whiskey Day?
I heard it was. I heard that was a thing.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah.
But we're not doing Irish.
Not on this show. Not this week at least.
We're doing Texas. Texas whiskey.
Tejas. Wait a minute.
Texas.
He knows where it come from.
Yeah.
He'll get it.
Texas cigar.
Yes.
Texas whiskey.
Yes.
Topic is Texas.
Texas tumblers.
Texas tumblers.
Because we both got Yetis.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. It's a good show. I feel we've done good with this one. I don't feel we're done yet, but I feel we're so far.
I'm gonna step out and use the
the
resting room.
You're gonna break the stick.
Yeah.
Use the. I gotta see if I got anything. Oh shit! I got stuff on the phone. Hold up. Let me check the bat phone. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there. Whoa. Okay, Eric. Oh, Eric's watching. Fantastic. All right. So. I like my big bottom cup, by the way. Shout out to Southern Drinking Club. We got to get with the guys in Houston, by the way. Southern Drinking Club. I saw where they were at the boat show that was at NRG. I know there's a boat show this weekend at Ford Park. If you're in the Southeast Texas area, go out and check out Bucky's company, Texas Marine. They've got a booth out. I'll plug those guys. They look at my boat pretty regular.
No, we don't have just a booth. We have a whole.
Oh, I heard y'all had a lot. I saw.
We fitted it.
Is it James or John
20
Whitlock, the guy that was doing y'all's promo for it? Y'all had a promo on Facebook. Yes. I don't know.
I
if you
didn't
know
see
that.
it.
Okay, now I saw it.
Was it Jonathan Whitmire?
It may have been Whitmire. I don't know why I said Whitlock, but it may have been Whitmire.
No,
Yes.
we crammed 24 boats in there.
And I saw some of the brands y'all had out there, too. You had Avalon, which is a pontoon boat. You had
Shoalwater, which is a shallow water boat made here in Texas.
Yes.
Out at Port O'Connor.
Yes. My boat's actually from Texas. I have a skater.
Yeah.
So my boat's from
They
Texas.
are. We have Nautic Star, which is a center console bay boat. We have Barletta, which is another brand of pontoon.
Okay.
Sorry. And we have Chaparral out there, which they do more like skiing, like pleasure boats. This one hasn't. The one we have out there has an outboard on it. It's kind of like a fish and ski package, so it's fun and fish.
Nice.
We also do.
Chaparral is the mascot at Austin Westlake, by the way.
Really?
Yep, the Austin Westlake Chaparrals.
That's interesting.
Drew Brees went to school there. That's the only reason I know that.
Okay. Yeah, but if you bring your wife, because it is his and hers weekend.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah,
Okay.
his and hers
with
weekend.
Brandy and I did that
This
one
is
year.
the Southeast Texas Boat, RV, and Sports Show.
Okay.
We're out there. There's a couple like golf cart.
Okay.
Lawnmower dealer.
Have you invested in a golf cart yet?
No, but I know the guy that set up right next to us, who is a golf cart dealer.
Okay.
I know him. He's a customer of ours.
Okay.
We've talked. Great guy. His name is Jay Weeks. I don't know if he's out there, if he's going to be out there, but he actually owns that company.
Okay.
They do like Easy Go golf carts.
Easy Go, yeah.
And I think they have another major brand too, if I'm not mistaken.
Because
But
Easy Go, I think, is one of the only companies that does both electric and gas.
so he's out there. He's right behind us. You can't miss him. Great guy, awesome dude. But I actually wanted, while we were setting up, he walked by and we all talked, and I kept meaning to talk to him about getting one and what his boat show price is, because we have special pricing for boat show.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he has special pricing for the golf carts.
Right.
And I keep wanting to ask, and I just kept forgetting. Maybe if I run into him Sunday while we're breaking down, I'll ask him and see what kind of deal he can make me, since we sold him his boat and we service his boat. Maybe he'll make me a good deal. But they've got a bunch of awesome booths out there, too. I kind of walked around while we were setting up to see what was all out there. Man, there's a ton of stuff out there.
There usually is. I know the year Brandy and I went, it was packed. There was everything.
Ton of boutique stuff like, wood art and house decorations, boats, lawnmowers, golf carts.
Yep.
I think I know Natchez was out there. I don't know if Education First or Mobile was. I didn't see a booth at that time.
Think Mobile was.
But I mean, there's just
Brandy didn't say nothing about it.
there's a ton of stuff out there. It's a lot of fun. I think if you can get out there and kind of maybe convince your wife to buy a boat and something else nice for her.
I already convinced her to buy a boat.
Well, not a $80,000 boat.
No, mine was like a $7,000 boat. Which I need to upgrade the electronics on, by the way, at some point in life.
Right. So we
I feel like I know a guy.
We a little behind the scenes. We tested our collab cam thing last night a little bit.
Yes, we did.
And the first thing Roy said as soon as he could see me was, "Damn, you look tired."
Yes.
And if you go see the booth, if you go by what we've set up, you'll see why. That's what I did most of the week. We worked hard on it, so hopefully everybody gets out there and
I feel it's a
it.
good show for you guys. I love
really
the fact
is.
that y'all do
It's a
that
great
one every
show for
year.
us.
I love the fact that y'all do that one.
And it's a ton of fun. I mean, I'm exhausted from it, but it's a ton of fun. Guys are out there having a good time. We're selling a fun experience is what we do.
I love it.
So,
and I've seen some of y'all's videos where you're, especially some of the stuff you've posted where you're test driving boats on water.
yeah, it's a ton of fun. I mean, you got and that's why I'm in the business.
I like it.
It's a ton of fun, and I love it. I love our customers, and we have a lot of fun.
Yep.
But that's definitely something going on in Southeast Texas. I don't want to shameless plug Texas Marine too much.
But why not?
Check them out. If you do get out there, maybe ask for Colton. Shameless plug.
Maybe ask for Colton. Just maybe.
Just maybe.
I hate we didn't send Texas Marine with stickers.
I know.
We should have.
We should have went out there. Oh, the thing at NRG was the fishing show.
Oh yes.
It was actually.
Yes, it was.
So good friends of the show, Southern Drinking Club.
I mentioned them earlier.
They're out at the NRG Stadium, or NRG Park, or whichever one it is. It's actually, it wasn't a boat show. I looked it up after we
Okay.
talked about it. It's not a boat show. It is a fishing expo.
Okay.
But yeah, those guys got a booth out there. I saw pictures of the booth. That's good looking stuff,
Yeah,
man.
I hate I missed that.
I know, right?
I know. We're super busy. We got a lot of shit going on. And we're actually a little bit of foreshadowing. There's actually going to be somebody in here on Sunday that we're not going to talk about quite yet, but
We're not going to go live.
No.
But we will hopefully have some footage.
yes.
We're going to kind of release a little bit, hopefully Sunday, Monday-ish,
Yes.
of talking to this gentleman.
Yes.
We're excited about having him.
We are.
He is making a pretty long drive.
Yes, he is.
So we're excited about it. We're excited to talk to him.
For the record, I tried to meet him halfway.
I know. But I'm excited that he's coming. I'm excited we get a chance to talk to him. But
That reminds me, I got to send him the
we
address.
will talk about and post that when the time is right.
Yes.
Tonight is all about Acre Distilling.
Yes, it is.
And I really want to give a shout out to Tony again
Oh,
and
for
Mandy
sure, yeah.
and Acre Distilling for supplying us with the drink of the week
yes.
and joining us. It's a ton of fun as always.
Yes.
You got any more Texas stuffs?
Not really, man. I feel we kind of plugged Texas enough. I mean, we're native Texans.
We love Texas
We
whiskey.
love Texas whiskey. I'm trying to do two different things at once. So bear
I
with
see
me.
that.
Well, I got to send the guy the address to the
Excuse me.
studio that I didn't do earlier because I was busy at work. So,
Favorite thing about Texas?
I know this is going to sound weird, but the different climates, I guess. Because you can go like out west and it's kind of drier. You can go up north and it's kind of less humid. You can stay down here and it's humid. I mean, we've got a little bit of everything. We've got woods. We've got what's the word I'm looking for? Mountains, canyons, all that kind of stuff. You know, there's a lot of things that's talked about in music. What were the notes on the Acre single malt? Let me pull this. There really wasn't a whole lot of notes on the actual quote unquote bottle. It just said the barley.
So
The Texas single malt whiskey is distilled from barley that is grown and malted in North Texas. It is distilled at Acres Distilling and it's aged in a new charred American white oak barrel.
So, Jeremy, my first reaction, I wasn't sure on the nose, but as soon as I took my first sip, I immediately said a bakery in your mouth.
Yes.
It's like bread. Like that, when you're letting it rise, that smell of yeast, that barley, you know, the whole, it was literally like a bread bakery in your mouth.
Yeah, it had, you got the barley.
I was kind of curious.
To me, I got a little bit of allspice off of it, and I know that sounds weird
Our
because everybody's like,
spirits.
"What the hell's allspice?" But allspice is kind of like a general
So something
baking spice,
right? Something we didn't do
Okay,
is we always pull up what the website notes are.
right.
Oh, they don't really have much.
Hang on a second, I'll dive into it. On the
Well, they
iPad.
really. I'm looking at it right now, and they don't have a whole lot. So their notes on this. Dang it! I really wish they did nose and all that, but they don't. But just real quick, it is a 100% malted barley. Da da da.
Interesting fact.
It's
Starting in
fermented.
April, they're going to be open on Sundays.
Nice. It is fermented, distilled, and finally aged in new charred American oak barrels, char level number 3, and they use. So this seems like a Texas thing. They use a small barrel too. They use the 30-gallon barrel
Yes,
like we've
like
got.
like what Garrison does.
So that's. I wonder if that's kind of a Texas thing.
Oh, and not only that, if you have a bottle of their stuff and you take it back to the distillery, you get 5% off your next purchase.
I mentioned that
Yes, you did.
while he was on. Yeah, they're doing a lot to. Why am I drawing a blank every time I try to think of the word?
This is interesting. You ever heard of the Matthew McDee's straight
Irish
malt whiskey?
Yeah, and it's supposed to be a take on Irish whiskey.
Okay.
So, I didn't really get a chance to talk to him about it while
Right.
Tony was on, but what was the name of it again? I'm sorry.
The Matthew McDee's.
So Matthew McD was Tony's great grandfather,
Okay.
who was from Nova Scotia.
Right.
And on their farm, they're up in the rafter. It's actually wrote Mike McD.
Okay.
So that's where the name came from. And it's supposed to be kind of a American take on an Irish whiskey.
Yeah, and it's actually not a bad. If you get it from the distillery, it's actually not a bad price. That's 86 proof. It says Matthew McDee's straight malt whiskey is a special release whiskey blend of Acres single malt and unmalted whiskey distilled at Acres in 2016. This fine whiskey is an homage to Matthew McD and his Irish roots.
Yeah.
It's $58 a bottle. Not bad for a
Not
single
bad.
malt. I mean, let's be honest.
And I'm curious. Like I said earlier, obviously with what we're drinking tonight,
So just to cover the
I'm curious of what they're
SRP
doing.
on the Texas Smoked is $65
okay,
a bottle,
Worth
which is
it.
not bad.
Worth
Yeah,
it.
very much worth it. They also do a Java Shine,
yes.
which is a
I think Dana would like that one because
I feel
she
would,
fell
'cause
in
she
love
liked
with
the-
William Price.
Yes, William Price's
their
coffee liqueur.
yeah, or espresso, whatever. The
So
hell
the
it was.
Texas Single Malt Discovery, it was a 2019 silver at the San Francisco World Spirit Competition and a 2019 bronze at the Great American International Spirits. This fine single malt whiskey is distilled with 100% two-row barley grown and harvested in Hillsboro, Texas. The barley is malted and milled in Fort Worth and immediately transported half a mile to Acres Distilling Company, where it is mashed in for maximum freshness and flavor. It is then fermented, distilled, and finally aged in new charred American white oak barrels, char level 3, barrel size 30 gallons. It's $45 a bottle. So not too bad.
No, and just kind of piggyback off of what James is saying. Yes, malts give you that yeasty baked bread note.
Yes, they do.
And
Yes, they do
that's a
very
lot
much.
of what I'm getting.
Hey, Yo-Yo from Clint.
What's up, Clint? Glad you could join us,
A little
buddy.
late to the party, but here's
all
something.
good. What are you drinking
I'm
tonight,
curious
Clint?
about. So their long-haired Jim, which we referenced earlier,
Yeah, that's their bourbon.
is a straight bourbon whiskey made, and it has the mash bill: 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley in a new oak barrel. Comes in 88 proof,
And if I'm not mistaken,
and the price on that's actually very, very, very reasonable at $39.
very nice.
Yes.
They actually use a combination of, I'm going to screw this up, white and blue corn.
Yes.
I think, if I'm not mistaken,
York,
I may have. I know it's white, but I don't know what the other one is. I thought it was blue, but I could be wrong.
They also make a Texas rye.
Yes, that's a newer release.
Yes, it's a
from
newer
them.
one. It's a minimum of 2 years aged. Let's see. Acres Distilling Texas Rye is distilled from rye and barley grown in the Texas Panhandle. These grains are malted, milled in Fort Worth, and distilled at Acres Distilling Company in Fort Worth. The fine rye whiskey is aged for a minimum of 2 years, so it's at least a 2-year-old, in new charred American white oak barrels. Comes in at 80 proof, comes in at $39 SRP. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that.
Jeremy said, "I'm used to Whitmire single malt, which are heavy dark chocolate and butterscotch."
Yes.
Jeremy, you're not going to get those. I don't.
No,
For
you're
me,
not
at
going to
least.
get that.
For me, at least, you don't get that
So,
flavor profile.
so this one, the Texas Smoked,
Completely contrasting.
Yes.
Like, don't get it twisted.
yes.
It may be the same single malt, but it's completely different.
Yes.
Golden honey, stone fruit sweetness. I enjoyed the smoked.
You let me tell you something funny.
Okay.
They actually have a take on Fireball.
Yes.
They refer
is
to
called
it as
the
Cinnamon Girl. Yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
So ton of yeastiness on. So this is the Texas single malt, not the smoked.
Yep.
Just to kind of harken back on the comment, you know, what do you get on the single malt? There's a lot of that yeastiness. There's a little bit of a
They're doing a lot. They're doing a lot of stuff. Out
maybe
there
a little
for Worth.
grassy note. I don't know. It's not a bad grassy note, but it's a green.
Ooh. I should have requested that.
Again, super like yeasty bakery bread.
So here's an interesting one.
Maybe a hint of butterscotch. Mama's Rolls bottle. That's it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, like if you were in, you know, we've talked about it before. Like if you were to do your single barrel sticker, that's a really good name, Mama's Rolls.
Yes,
because it's very yeasty. It's very
so here's an interesting
bakery
here's
on
an
the
interesting for
palate.
you. Hell's Half Acre Rum. Okay.
Straight sugar, Texas sugar.
Oh, I'll do you one better than that. So it says name for the Fort Worth, Texas Hell's Half Acre neighborhood. Infamous for the rambunctious red light district of any frontier town in the late 1800s.
James, you're right.
Pure cane sugar. It is matured in a white oak barrel. Their rum comes in at 108 proof.
That's what I should have asked him. How do you choose your proofs?
High for a rum.
I'm just curious of how you choose your proofs. You know what I mean? Because it's
their
always
rum,
fun.
I know we got some rum runners and rum drinkers in our audience. Their rum comes in at $24 for 108 proof rum. That's ridiculous.
So is it a white rum or is it an aged rum?
It's an aged rum. You can tell by looking at it.
Okay.
It's matured in a American white oak barrel.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
got
didn't
that
hear you say
dark
that,
color
sorry.
to it. Yes, the rum does sound tasty according to what I'm reading. I'm literally sitting here looking at it on the fly.
If I'm not mistaken, though, it is a 100% white sugar from Texas rum.
It says cane sugar. But yes.
Yeah. They don't use sugar cane stalks
Right.
or there's a lot of different versions of it. If I'm not mistaken, because I did a lot of research and I listened to a couple different interviews, they do use 100% white cane sugar from Texas.
And their gin that he kept referring to, their Meander, it's actually not a bad price neither.
If I'm not mistaken, they have two different gins. One is two minis.
Yes, two minis.
The two minis, and then what did you say?
The Meander.
Meander. If I'm not mistaken, the Meander is wood. Is like wood finished or something.
So it said.
And then two mimis is like a more common rum.
So I'll read
gin.
you the Meander first. So the Meander
go ahead,
says
sorry.
Acres Distilling Meander wooded gin.
There you go.
Is two Mimi's gin finished in white oak barrels. We employ toasted white oak barrel staves, which are placed in stainless steel with the two Mimi's gin.
Yeah.
The oak mellows the botanicals and adds notes of vanilla, gluten-free, comes in at 94 proof, and it's $35 a bottle.
There you go.
And not just that, that's the Meander. So the Mimi's that we were talking about is crafted with botanicals sourced from around the globe, including Italian juniper berries, French lavender, Jamaican allspice, Guatemalan cardamom, and Indian fennel. It comes in at 94 proof, and it's $30 a bottle. So, and it's won quite a few awards. It placed gold at the 2020 U.S. Open Whiskey and Spirits Competition, gold in 2019 at the San Francisco World Spirits, silver in 2019 at the Great American International Spirits Competition, and 2016 silver at the Los Angeles International Spirits Competition. So their two Mimi's is a highly regarded gin in my book. It's got multiple awards in multiple years. The Meander placed silver at the same 2016 Los Angeles International. Their Hell's Half Acre Rum that I referenced earlier was a 2020 bronze at the U.S. Open Whiskey and Spirits Competition, and a 2019 platinum at the Great American International Whiskey Competition. So they got some good stuff. Not gonna lie, they got some good stuff. They make a couple of liqueurs, which not a big fan of liqueurs, but they got one called Lemon Bomb, one called Orange Burst. That's the two liqueurs that they make. But they make a lot of different stuff, and it's a lot of. I don't see anything that's ridiculously overpriced, in my opinion. I mean, the highest price thing they have, at least website based, is literally the Texas Smoked, which comes in at $65 a bottle. And then the Matthew McDee's straight malt whiskey single batch. Comes in pretty, 58. But that's the highest two things they have. So you can literally walk into their distillery, buy
With $100 in your pocket?
and probably come out with 2 bottles. Yes.
Come out pretty good.
I would say so, because, I mean, you figure 65 for the Texas smoked.
Well, kind of like what he was saying.
And then
Some of their most popular stuff is their flavored vodka.
Yes.
I mean, and people love that stuff. It's easy to mix. It's easy to drink. It's easy for whatever you need to do. And
Which their vodkas, being as we're talking,
yeah.
So their Black Halo vodka, and it literally says Black Halo vodka is distilled to 190 proof from 100% corn.
Mm-hmm.
This spirit is then proofed down from 190 to 88 using fine filtered water. Black Halo vodka is a clean, crisp, and smooth gluten-free vodka. Comes in at 88 proof, $21 a bottle. So
I think it's funny how distilleries, like, off-brand their vodka.
yes.
Because you got to start somewhere.
Yes,
like
you
the
do.
gin, I think, if I'm not mistaken, so at Acre Distilling, it all started with the gin.
Yes.
And then I think, obviously, the vodka, and then you move into whiskey.
Well, yeah, because that's how the
You start with the clear because
Yes.
it's easy to make. You can
Yes.
put it out immediately, whereas whiskey, you have to at least let it age. Yeah, I was trying to figure out GG. I'm not sure what they're talking about, but they all know.
Ginish.
GNAC? I don't know.
No, I was looking at the hashtag.
Oh, gin is in.
Oh. Okay, I see it now. Sorry.
In for some Acre rum. So and to kind of run back the rum portion of Acre Distilling. So from what I understand, and obviously I haven't had it yet, but I've tried to do a little bit of research on everything before we ever have them on the show. It's a drier rum. It's not the sweet rum you would think about. Like if you're expecting like coconut rum, if you're expecting a sweet rum.
Yeah, you're not
I've
getting
heard
it
it's a little bit of a drier, it's a different flavor than what you would expect.
It's quote unquote a dark rum.
So
Because you have light rums and dark rums.
and just to kind of give everybody reference, my favorite rum is Bayou Reserve. Bayou Reserve is really good for me at
Interesting.
least.
Doc Swinson single barrel whiskey cake pick?
Espinosa Comfortably Numb Volume 3.
Interesting.
Yeah, Jeremy, love dark
Yes,
rum.
dark rum's good.
Bayou Rum, their Reserve series,
Yes.
delicious. You can have it on the rocks. You can throw a
We
little
had
bit of
one on the show way back in the day, Haven Sight, which came from St.
yeah,
Thomas.
that one you got from St.
That
Thomas.
was a
one
pretty good dark rum.
I have not had Foursquare. I've had a couple.
I love
and
how
I wish
our
I could.
viewers educate us as we go
I know,
along through this
and there was a
process.
few that were recommended to me that I tried that were really, really good. 90% of them are aged rums.
Yes.
We lean darker spirits, obviously.
Obviously.
The aged rum, I can. So there's a lot of people that do like the whole tequila thing where they
Yes.
sit and sip it like whiskey.
Yes.
I do that with rum. I've got a bottle of it in my fridge right now of the Bayou Reserve.
Okay.
And I could literally just pour it in a glass, sit and sip on it, and it's that kind of flavor profile for me. But it's different enough because it's made from obviously sugar cane or
Right.
whatever. That I like that part of rum.
Yeah.
Not the coconut rum. I'm not talking Bacardi.
I don't like super
and-
sweet stuff. I've noticed that about my palate.
Yeah.
I don't like sweet.
And as much as I lean sweet in bourbons,
Yes.
I don't lean that in rum.
If I ever make it there, we can do a Foursquare. Hey, all you got to do is just say what night you want to come on.
Yeah. But I do. I like a dark rum. Obviously, we like whiskey. That's what we do weekly.
Yes, it is what we do weekly.
But that's the fun part about what we're doing, and that's kind of the fun part about exploring a
Yeah.
lot of it, where you have that like extra añejo, that side of tequila,
Right.
Where you can get into a lot of that because there's, the name is slipping me now all of a sudden, but there's a tequila that's aged in Buffalo Trace barrels.
Interesting.
So that would be something. But like the rum side of it, even though it's made with sugar cane, not not grains. It's the same idea. It's aged in ex-bourbon barrels or aged however. It's still a really good sipping liquor.
Yes.
And that's fun. You expand your palate and you learn, and that's how you can find different flavor profiles.
I feel it's what we've done a lot on this show, by the way. I mean, we constantly evolve, and
the more I let this Acre Texas single malt, the non-smoked, sit, the more I taste it, the more I sip it. It's every bit of grandma's yeast roll, like homemade yeast rolls.
It
like that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like if I were to slap a sticker on it, it'd have like an old granny holding a roll. Come eat.
A platter of rolls, not just one roll, a whole tray of them.
You look sickly. Like you need to come eat.
Yeah, she'd be like this.
Right. Eat. Right, exactly.
Eat,
like that would be my sticker for this.
You look thin, eat this.
Exactly. That's exactly what you look thin, eat.
Yes.
I mean, that's what the sticker
That's what
would
grandmas
be.
do, man.
Exactly.
You gotta love it.
So, but we're closing in on 9 o'clock. We're damn near 2 hours.
Damn near. I like it.
We've talked about a lot.
We have.
I feel like we did Texas or Acre Distilling.
Espinosa is fantastic. I'm about to get that's a brand I'm not familiar with. As far as cigar wise, is the Espinosa stuff. I need to get my hands on some Espinosa. I'll have to look and see if.
I think that would be a good collaboration for you.
Okay.
With James.
I feel
y'all kind of get together, talk a little bit.
We're going to hook up at some point. I mean, I don't know when, but I feel it's coming. So, and not only that, I feel like we need to kind of collab with the guys out in South.
I don't know if you follow James on TikTok. But a lot of his...
I have to look and see if I think I do.
follow him, so if you don't get on my followers, you'll find him real quick. Great stuff on TikTok. The Facebook, obviously, is great.
He says he's got plenty to share. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll have to make the drive to...
Yeah, he's got good content. I like his little setup in his garage. He's got his TV.
Okay.
With his toolbox surround.
Yeah, we're fixing to expand some of our stuff. I hear we've got a second monitor in play.
Yeah.
So
hopefully we got some good stuff coming down the pipe.
Yeah, we do. I feel we do.
We just want to bring you all the best.
That's it. That's what we try to do every week.
If I'm going to clear my pipes.
You can clear it because I don't even have to pull up my phone. I know what this one is.
Oh, you know it?
Yes.
All
fantastic. Right. I know it because I'm a native Texan, sir. Well, I got the smoked.
We're going to combine them.
I want the smoke.
I want the smoke. You ready?
Hit it.
Last call for alcohol.
Tonight's last call is from a dear friend of the show, Davy Crockett. Y'all can go to hell, but I'm going to Texas.
Hell yeah. That was a much bigger drink than I thought.
Oh, look, it's a Braley. And a Kaylee.
We're live.
Not
Time
yet.
out.
Stop. Shut the door. Shut the door. We're not done yet.
Can't have children on this.
Shut
it. Bourbon and Cigar Life on TikTok. Y'all go check out James.
Yes, give him
awesome.
A like for sure.
I am this close. James, help me out. I am this close to being able to go live on TikTok. I don't remember my exact number of followers, but I'm like 100 and something away.
At Undrafted Free Agent.
At Undrafted Free Agent. No E in agent. AGNT.
Yep.
James, help me out there. We'll go live together.
Check out the merch, functionyourway.live.
Yes, hashtag function your way.
I feel there's a Texas Pride shirt or Texas Loud, Texas Proud in the works.
Yes.
Yes.
We have got tons of merch. We've got stuff coming out. I've got bugs floating around my nose.
Well,
I'm going cross-eyed.
That's because your daughter opened the door. Yep.
We've been the functional gentlemen.
Have we?
You've been awesome.
I try.
They've been awesome.
They've been awesome.
Thank you, Tony.
Tony was awesome.
Thank you, Mandy.
Yes.
Thank you, Acre Distilling.
Yes.
Thank you, CigarHustler.com.
Yes.
Have a great weekend.
We out.
I think we're getting up out of here.
Yeah, we're getting out. Deuces.
My tongue get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look